OK, Britney Spears overnight has swept the board at the MTV Video Music Awards. She's picked up Best Video, Best Pop Video, Best Female Video for Piece of Me. Let's go to our online showbiz reporter, Dionne Clark, who's out there in Los Angeles. Dionne, why have they fallen in love with her all over again?
Well, I don't think that they actually fell out of love with her. I think everyone's really rooting for Britney Spears. And I think from the reception that she got, even when she came on stage, she got a standing ovation. And I think everyone's really rooting for her and actually glad to see her looking so well. She looked fantastic last night. She was wearing this short, sexy halter neck dress and she was on great form. And I think she was a little bit overwhelmed, but I don't think people actually fell out of love with her. They're rooting for her and they're glad to see her back and doing so well.
Gosh, I'm a bit worried about her, and I see Russell Brand popping up beside her there on a golf cart.
I was really worried about that as well. I'm not sure if you saw it in the UK, but they were doing lots of promos, the two of them together with a big elephant in the room, and lots of flirting and jollying going back and forth between them. So I was a bit scared as well, but I actually spoke to Russell on Thursday and I asked him, you know, is he going to be on his best behaviour? Because we know what Russell is like. We know what his mouth is like. And I asked him whether MTV had actually given him a list of things he could and couldn't say. And he said no. Foolishly, they've given him completely free rein. So I think he knows to handle Britney with kid gloves. She's still kind of, you know, getting back on the scene.
So he was the host of all this. How well known in the States is he?
Well, he wasn't really well known. He did a movie earlier on this year called Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which was really, really well received. And he does a lot of comedy gigs out here in LA. And as I said, you know, he was doing promos for the last, you know, month or so. So people are really getting to know. And actually, a lot of the promos were about people knowing his name or not knowing his name. Britney actually thought he was Russell Brown. LL Cool J thought he was Russell Bland. Some people would agree with that. I'm not so sure. So yeah, people are really getting to know him, and they're actually, you know, from some of the things that he was saying today on the show, he didn't pull any punches. He was talking about the elections. He was talking about Madonna allegedly having an affair and making jokes about that. So he really shook up the awards, because some of these awards can be a bit boring, and they certainly weren't tonight with Russell Brand, that's for sure.
People getting to know him. No doubt he'll get to know a few people during his stay there as well. Now, just bring us back in time. How does this, what you saw overnight with Britney, how does this compare to her last year?
Oh, last year, as you probably saw, Eamon, it was a debacle. It was really actually sad to see. She looked out of shape. She wasn't fat, but she looked out of shape from what we're used to with Britney. Her dance moves, she was just seemed a little bit spaced out, and she was not on top form at all. And everyone, it was really scary to watch. Everyone was like rooting her on, and it was awful. But you know, fast forward to a year later, and I said she looks great. She actually did a skit at the top of the show with Jonah Hill, where he was trying to help her to relax, and every time she closed her eyes, he was going in to kiss her, and she was like, you know, not having any of it. And she was so pleased to have won the 3 awards. You know, she thanked God, she thanked her family, she thanked her 2 sons.
Well,
and she was
I
in
thank
great
you,
form.
Dionne. We've got to thank you as well, because we're running out of time. Live from Los Angeles there, that's Sky's online showbiz reporter, Dionne Clark. MTV Music Awards, Britney's won.